Hello, movie lovers. Welcome back to Signatique channel. Today is all about fresh cinema experiences, and I can't wait to share my thoughts on the newest film making its mark. Sit back, relax, and let's dive into the recap of this exciting cinematic adventure. After their adventures in Jumanji, Spencer Gilpin, Anthony Fridge Johnson, Martha Capley, and Bethany Walker plan to get together over Christmas break after spending their first year of college apart. Bethany travels around the world doing charity work. Martha became popular in college, while Fridge trained intensively. To celebrate the holiday, they plan a reunion at Nora's Diner in Bradford, New Hampshire. Meanwhile, Spencer went through a difficult period in his life while studying abroad in New York. Unsatisfied with his humble job at a supermarket, he puts his long-distance relationship with Martha on hold. Spencer, disappointed that his life is not as glamorous as his friends. When he returns home, he encounters his maternal grandfather, Eddie, who is staying in the same room as her while he recovers from hip surgery. That night, as Spencer and Eddie discuss their problems, Eddie tells his grandson that his college years were the best years of his life, and that things will go downhill as he gets older. Spencer doesn't believe his life will ever get better, and he decides to take on the role of Dr. Jumanji Video for his game Smolder, redesigning his gravestone. He retrieves the broken parts of the game he'd secretly stored away, repairs them to a barely working state, and reboots them. Actually, he wants to enter Jumanji and feel like his avatar, the strong and brave Doctor's smoldering gravestone. The next morning, the three friends are surprised when Spencer doesn't show up for their scheduled meeting and come to the house looking for him. In that time, Eddie and Milo was in the house, and they were just passing their time by gossiping. There, they meet Eddie's estranged friends Milo Walker and Danny Glover, and learn that the two were once co-owners of Norris and had a falling out after Milo decided to retire. While searching for Spencer, the trio hears Jumanji's terrifying drumbeat and realize that a game is being played in the basement. When they visit the basement, they are shocked to find out he's in the game. Although hesitant, everyone decides to return to the game to save him. They turn on the game and enter the game. Unfortunately, Spencer's grandfather, Eddie, and Eddie's estranged friend Milo, who live upstairs, are also drawn into the game. Once in the game, things are not quite the same as when the teenager first played the game. Fridge becomes Professor Sheldon Oberon, Bethany's old avatar, and Eddie and Milo become Dr. Bethany. Become Smolder Bravestone and Franklin Mouse Finbar. The group expected the story and gameplay to be the same, but were even more surprised to learn that there was a new plot. While they were talking among themselves, suddenly a hippo attacked them. And they notice that they have their lifelines in their hands, which indicate their time in the game. After Fridge loses his first life by being eaten by an anaconda, coming back to the game again, they just run away and see a plane. Left behind, Bethany turns to Alex Vleek for help. He was a Jumanji player who was stuck in the game for 20 years before they rescued him. After arriving the plane, Mr. Alex Vleek explained the new rules to them. He told them that, to finish the game, you must recover a magical necklace called Hart that was stolen by General Jurgen, the Brutal, to complete the game. He also said that all of them must finish the game as one. At the end of the discussion, he took the players off the plane and sent them on a mission. The evil conqueror Jurgen, the brutal Rory McCann, who murdered Bravestone's parents, has stolen the jewel known as the Falcon Jewel, which guarantees a good harvest. The four adventurers must shout Jumanji's name, retrieve the jewel, and show it to the sun. After Nigel drops the players off in the desert, they are attacked by a flock of ostriches and narrowly escape in an abandoned dune buggy. It soon becomes clear that Eddie's stubborn impulsiveness and Milo's penchant for long explanations endanger the group, with Milo taking too long to talk about ostrich ecology. Resulting in Eddie, it is shown that he ended up losing his first life when confronting one of them. Upon arriving at a place called the Oasis, the team encounters Spencer. But they didn't recognize Spencer because Spencer is in his new avatar. Spencer is currently a cat burglar named Ming Fleetfoot from Aquafina. Eddie accidentally captures Spencer and throws him into Jurgen, the Brutal, taking Spencer's first life by decapitating him and executing him, but Spencer reacts in gratitude nearby. Following the clues given, Fridge and Martha obtain a desert fruit called the Jumanji berry, while they also discover a pool of glowing green water. Accidentally, Martha falls into the green water pool. After that, they discover they can exchange avatars by using the green water. While Spencer and Milo search for a camel for the group to ride, Eddie gets into a fight with about 45 strangers. This battle attracts the attention of Bravestone's only weakness, the mercenary Switchblade. Using a rocket launcher, Switchblade kills all players in one shot. While riding a camel to their next destination, the team is interrupted when Eddie and Milo get into an argument over their decision to retire from the restaurant business. This decision infuriated the workaholic Eddie. The fight ends when Eddie pins Milo under a rock, killing Milo for the second time. Eventually, the group reaches the next level, crossing a two-legged bridge over a ravine in a series of moves. You will soon encounter a horde of angry thorns who will chase the players and attempt to throw them off a bridge. Fridge is able to use his avatar's geometric abilities to guide his team, but the team ends up surrounded by the ferocious primates on the other side, and Martha is thrown into a ravine by thorns and loses her second life. The angry Thorns team surrounded them from all sides, and they were badly trapped. At the last moment, they are saved by Alex Freak and Colin Hanks, who Bethany scouted. He will reprise his role as Jefferson Sheep McDonough and Nick Jonas, while Bethany will star as a black horse named Cyclone. The two brought winter gear for the others. Eddie and Milo reconcile with the latter, who explains that he wants to reconcile with Eddie before he dies from his terminal illness. As the group prepares to confront Jorgen in the mountain fortress, Fridge tells everyone that the Avatar's mismatch has been a big problem so far. Spencer's nervousness doesn't suit a thief like mine. Milo's long-winded nature means he takes too long to explain the threat the wild animals pose to them, and Eddie is too impatient and impulsive to be courageous. Shortly after, Fridge stumbles upon a river with mysterious glowing water, and Martha sees an oasis. All characters except Martha and Alex will make the jump, with Spencer, Fridge, and Bethany returning to their original avatars, Eddie playing Ming and Milo playing Cyclone. After this change, they were happy with their avatar. Unfortunately, soon after, the two old men are captured by Jurgen's men, and the original five-man team must rescue them. When breaking into a mountain fortress, Alex loses 2 lives to a booby trap while trying to save Milo, while Fridge and Bethany pretend that the famous Jurgen brothers are expecting a child. Meanwhile, Spencer and Martha rekindle their relationship while finding and freeing Eddie. At the fortress, Martha fights Jurgen's men to the beat of music, and Spencer chases Jurgen as he runs away. When Spencer confronts the Conqueror aboard a Zeppelin, he comes to the conclusion that the Jumanji no Mai is Jurgen's weakness, and uses it to subdue and defeat the villain. Downstairs, Cyclone turns out to be a flying horse, and Milo takes Eddie to see Spencer at Medea. Spencer threw the falcon jewel to his grandfather, who pointed it at his son as instructed by Nigel. When the mission is completed, the entire team shouts Jumanji, and the game ends. Nigel arrives to take the players home, but Milo expresses his desire to remain in the match. Because in the real world, Milo had lost his ability to move. As a horse in the game, he was given the ability to walk and even fly, which attracts him greatly. Eddie understands his motives, thanks him for his friendship, and bids him farewell. In fact, Milo was regaining their lost days in the game. He was happier being in the game than being an amputee. Spencer thinks his friends have come to pick him up, but Fridge tells him not to do that again. Everyone safely returns to Spencer's basement, where Eddie changes his mind about getting older and tells Spencer that it's actually a gift. Spencer and Eddie end up at Norris's, where it is revealed that the restaurant's current owner is actually Nora Shepherd, Judy, and Peter's aunt, and Eddie's old friend. Eddie uses the lessons he learned as a Bravestone to start flirting with her, which causes him to get really angry. In a mid-credit scene, Spencer's mother calls a repairman who happens to find the game and console to fix the heater in the basement. Back at Norris, a flock of ostriches scurries past the restaurant. Spencer and his friends are shocked. And the movie ends here. Thanks for watching our video. If you enjoyed this film recap and want more, subscribe now, like, and share captivating stories with your friends. Tell me which movie you'd like me to summarize next. See you soon.